If you spend any time in the longevity world right now, you're hearing the same 5 things over and over. NMN, rapamycin, resveratrol, creatine, maybe a little metformin if you're on Twitter at 2 a.m. in the morning. And oh man, lately, peptides. Everyone's stacking different peptides that are made in a lab. Liposomal gels with 3,500 milligrams of glycerin and phosphatidylcholine per serving. I repeat, per serving. Give me a break. Let's get back to the roots. Nature gave us everything we need. At Zuma Nutrition, we're big believers in going back to the roots of nature. There's so much of our brains and bodies we don't understand. We are still learning about nature's molecules, whole foods, herbs, the plants and fungi that traditional cultures have been used thousands of years and that modern science is just now catching up to. Everyone's so obsessed with synthesized compounds because they can be patented. Today I'm walking you through 3 of nature's most powerful longevity supplements. 3 things I personally take that nobody in the mainstream conversation is talking about. So I'm a certified nutritionist. I'm obsessed with longevity. I've been being mentored by a famous functional medicine practitioner for over a decade now, and he's been in the game for over 40 years, my business partner, Richard Helfrich. Let's dive in. So first up, here's a fact most people don't want to hear. Your immune system gets weaker every decade after 30. That's why you bounce back from a cold in 2 days at 25, and it knocks you out for a week at 45. If you care about longevity, immune resilience is non-negotiable. So here's what I take for it. Agaricus Blazei Murill, a mushroom most people have never heard of, with one of the most studied immune profiles in the natural world. We're talking real clinical research. So let me give you a quick story. A few years back, my business partner Richard took me on a trip to Hawaii with a few of his friends, guys who had a private plane that could fly anywhere on Earth and afford anything they wanted. Every single morning at breakfast, they were pouring this small vial of this black liquid into their guava juice. I asked them, what are they drinking? Richard says, this is Agaricus Blazei. It's a fermented liquid extract of both the mycelium and fruiting body from the most powerful medicinal mushroom on Earth. Sourced from a proprietary source, his biochemist that he works with in Japan. The cost of one vial was about $100 per serving. He called it his secret weapon that he used in his clinical practice because Japanese clinical research on this mushroom goes back 40 years for both humans and dogs, specifically on how it influences something called natural killer cell activity. NK cells are the front line of your innate immune system. As you age, that front line gets thinner. Agaricus is one of the most researched natural compounds for it. After Hawaii, Richard and I spent 2 years bringing the same Japanese sourced extract to the US market. We had to work with our supplier to get the raw materials and do the extractions ourselves, but now we're able to offer 42 servings for $59. Same source, same fermentation, fraction of the price. If immune resilience is on your longevity radar, this mushroom belongs in your stack. Almost nobody's talking about it, and it is seriously such an amazing immune activator. Number 2, throw out your synthetic multivitamins. I'm serious. Isolated synthetic compounds your body doesn't recognize, packed with fillers, dyes, and binders. You pee out 90% of it. That whole concept that you get everything you need in one scoop from something made in a lab, there's a better way. Moringa. Moringa is a tree native to India and parts of Africa. The leaves are arguably the most nutrient-dense plant on Earth. Antioxidants, amino acids, vitamins, chlorophyll, all in one leaf. Traditional cultures have been using it for thousands of years. It's nature's multivitamin, and it's not made in a factory, and there's cofactors that can help with your body knowing what you're taking so it can actually be absorbed. But here's the catch. The form matters more than the ingredient. Most moringa you find on Amazon is dried, ground, oxidized, sitting in a plastic bag, sitting on a shelf for months. By the time you actually take it, the active compounds are oxidized. The version we make at Zuma uses a really special emulsified micelle delivery system. So that's a delivery system to make sure the moringa is actually absorbing into the bloodstream. I'm gonna get into the science here a little bit. We use Demeter certified biodynamic hydrosols. Demeter is the most rigorous biodynamic certification on Earth. In plain English, the active compounds are wrapped in tiny water-soluble particles your body can actually absorb, suspended in living plant water that protects them. Way more concentrated than a tub of dried powder. If you're tired of swallowing synthetic pills every morning and getting basically nothing back, this is your daily insurance policy from nature. Nature's multivitamin. From a plant. So picture this. You're standing in Iceland, hiking up the source of a volcanic spring. You cup your hands, you drink the water, and it tastes alive, sharp, mineral rich, cold. That water carries trace minerals from inside the earth that your tap water doesn't contain. Our ancestors were getting these minerals. That bottled water doesn't contain these natural occurring minerals. Your filtered water at home also does not have these natural occurring minerals. These minerals are what make water actually hydrating. Here's how you get that in your drinking water at home. Every single day, I add our fulvic acid and trace ocean mineral formula to my drinking water. Here's why you need it. So modern industrial farming has stripped the trace minerals out of the soil. Monocrop agriculture is a problem for mineral density in food. Your food has a fraction of the mineral density it did 50 years ago. You can eat the cleanest organic diet on earth and still be deficient in dozens of trace minerals your cells need to function. That's why you're tired at 2 p.m. That's why you're foggy with brain fog every day. That's why you drink water all day and still feel dehydrated. Your cells are electrical. They run on minerals, and you're not feeding them. So our formula pairs fulvic acid with 70 plus trace minerals from deep ocean spring wells. The formula has this beautiful, bright, orange, vibrant color. A few drops in your water and you've turned ordinary tap water into something closer to that Icelandic volcanic spring that our ancestors were getting. I do it every single morning and throughout the day. I fill up a pitcher first thing in the morning, I add our minerals and let it sit in the fridge. It remineralizes the water. So that's the step. All of these are foundational longevity supplements from nature. 3 things you're not hearing in the mainstream longevity conversation. 3 things I personally take every single day. And remember, we package all of these formulas in our black Miron glass from Italy to preserve the active ingredients for you. Most companies do not do that. We really care about making sure what you purchase is not oxidized and it's protected from light and oxygen. If you're already doing the basics and you want to layer in something with thousands of years of traditional use behind it and decades of modern research, these 3 are where I would start. We don't make supplements for the label and marketing at Zuma Nutrition. We make them for the cell. Product links are in the description. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.